Yeah, shalom, shalom. Good afternoon. Grace and peace be unto the 12 tribes. I pray everybody's doing okay. Today we going into the gospel series. We'll continue in the gospel series. Matthew chapter 20 is what we're going into today. Let's go ahead and get shout out to who's in the lesson this afternoon. Sarah, I see you in the building. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Glad to see you here. YT Clips edits. I guess it's YouTube clips. Is this church? Yes, where two or three are gathered in my name. Hopefully you gathered in the name or the reputation of Jesus Christ. So yeah, if you gathered in that, yeah, we having church. It says we got a few more on the stream, but ain't nobody said shalom yet. So everybody that's on, like I said, peace be with you. Hey, and if y'all can hear the sound all right, put a 3 in the chat. Let me know if the sound's coming in smoothly. And if it's not, let me know as well. And also, if you did not hear me tell everybody I'm glad y'all went here, if you don't hear the sound bite, then let me know. So, as I said, we're going into Matthew chapter 20. Let's go ahead and let's first go to Mark chapter 14, verse 3, and we'll start the lesson. Mark chapter 14. Oh shit, hold on. There we go. Sorry, had to adjust. Oh nope, there it goes. Stay in there. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Mark chapter 14, verse 3. And being in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, as he sat at meat, there came a woman having an alabaster box of ointment of spikenard, very precious, and she brake the box and poured it on his head. And there were some that had indignation within themselves and said, why was this waste of the ointment made? For it might have been sold for more than 300 pence and had been given to the poor. And they murmured against her. And Jesus said, let her alone. Why trouble ye her? For she hath wrought a good work on me. For ye have the poor with you always, and whensoever ye will, you may do them good. But me ye have not always. She has done what she could. She has come beforehand to anoint my body to the burying. Verily, I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole world, this also that she have done shall be spoken of for a memorial of her. Then whenever we bring out this message, the true gospel of Jesus Christ, the words that are given to the 12 tribes of Israel, the people that we understand are black under the curse of Deuteronomy 28. And I say they're black and it's understood as those people because our people are the ones who are the slave descendants, who are still oppressed to this day, who are suffering, who are downtrodden, who have given up hope. You know what I'm saying? Given up in so many ways because we are receiving the punishments of the Most High God. And nobody can punish anyone or bring anyone lower than the Almighty God of Israel. So, like I said, whenever we understand that this word is given to the children of Israel, the descendants of Jacob, and those descendants we understand are Israelites. Those descendants are our people. I'm sorry, because we know that we went through all these things. So we always going to remember the woman to put the ointment on the body of our Messiah, the black Messiah, Jesus the Christ. So now let's go into a future prophecy. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 24. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 24. Matter of fact, I'm going to start at 22. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 22. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves anymore with their idols, nor with their detestable things. Now he's talking about the day. Who are the they, those people we're talking about, that he is no longer going to allow to be going through what they're going through? Let's jump down to Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 10. All right. Then said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. So the they that is speaking about is talking about the children of Israel. When we see they, just so y'all understand for context sake, we're talking about the Israelites. Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 23, neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they shall all have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. Who is this people? Who is this king? This David. It is the Messiah. It is Jesus the Christ. He's the descendant of David. It's not going to be David resurrected from the grave. No, it's going to be Jesus Christ. It's the descendant of David, the seed of David. And that also is more evidence that Jesus Christ was a man, but it's also the coming future, speaking about the coming of Jesus Christ, our Messiah. All right. So let's dive on into it. Let's go ahead and Matthew chapter 20, and we'll get into it. Again, this is the gospel series, Matthew, and we're in the book of Matthew chapter 20. Matthew chapter 20, verse 1. For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. He went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. And again he went out about the 6th and 9th hour, and did likewise. And about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye here all the day idle? They say unto him, Because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, Go ye also to the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that shall you receive. So what's going on right now? Jesus Christ says there are people that are not working. They are not contributing to the building of the kingdom of heaven. That's what he's talking about, standing idle. See, when we are not keeping the commandments, we are actually building hell. We are actually continuing to build up this wicked kingdom. We are supporting it, because remember, we're maintaining the state of this world. You don't want to maintain this world. We want it to be destroyed, and we want to build up the kingdom of heaven. So we are supposed to be working for the Most High God. How do we work for him? By following his instructions, keeping the commandments, and obtaining the wisdom that the Most High God has given us. So all of these people, he says, beginning of the day or early in time, guess what's going on? He lets people know, hey, start working for me. And they begin to work for the Most High. And then later on, he gets more people to work for the Most High over as time goes on. Then he says the 11th hour, meaning near the end time, he says, all right, hey, what are y'all doing? He said, nobody's hired us. They're like, hey, I didn't know there was a culture. I didn't know I had a way of life to live. I didn't know that I could, actually do something that was positive that could build towards my nation resurrecting and coming from the ashes like the phoenix. Okay. So this is what he didn't understand. And these people were like, all right, cool, we'll go to work. So after they were told what they would receive, after they learned what their reward would be for serving the Most High God and keeping the commandments, that's what happened. And I'm saying keeping the commandments because this is what the parable is going into. Of course, I say I have a lesson on the parable. If you want to go deeper into it, go back into it, the tenants in the vineyard. But the laborers of the hour. But let's continue on. Verse 8. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard saith unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. So he says, first, all right, let's pay the people that just got here. Then we're going to pay the people that were here the whole time with me. All right. So he said, make sure I do that. By the way, I see you just joining. Yulaja, how you doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Victoria, see you in the building. And as Yulaja said, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like the post, comment on it. Make sure you are engaged, and also comment on the video after it's been here. And then, of course, share it. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe to it. And if other people come in, say if you are in the chat and you see people coming in, make sure they subscribe as well. The people that are in the church, it is your job to also contribute to the building of our nation by also trying to, maintain a level of, what's the word I want to say, decorum, where you carry yourself a certain way where people will actually want to be around. And then also, of course, engage with the people that come in, engage with them, let them know, let them feel welcome, and let them know, hey, make sure y'all subscribe before y'all leave out if you do decide to leave out. So that way you can return and watch something later, even if it's not live, come in and watch it at a later date. All right, let's continue on. Matthew chapter 20 and verse 9. Matthew chapter 20, verse 9. And when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. So now the people that came in last at the end of the day, at the end of time, they received a penny. Verse 10. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more. And they likewise received every man a penny. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good men of the house. Now, these people received a penny. They had a problem with it. Now, remember, if you go back to the very beginning, he told them what would happen. He says, hey, Matthew chapter 20, verse 2, let's read that. And when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. See, they agreed. Now, they went to work for the company. The company said, we'll pay you a penny. And guess what? The company, or the Lord, said, all right, cool, here you go. I'm going to pay you what we agreed to, what you already had signed on the contract. And then when someone else comes in and I decide to pay someone the same amount and they've agreed to that same amount, yeah, what's the issue? I'm not sure what the problem is. What do they have to do with you? You were okay with what you received. Why do you have a problem with someone else receiving what you get? All right, let's read on verse 10. Verse 11. I'm gonna read it again. And when they had received it, they murmured against the good men of the house. Now they had a problem with it. They had a problem with what they agreed to do from the jump, in the first place, from jump. They had a problem. And I didn't understand what's going on with that. Verse 12, saying, these last have wrought but 1 hour, and thou hast made them equal unto us, which have borne the burden and heat of the day. But he answered one of them and said, friend, I do thee no wrong. Didst not thou agree with me for a penny? Take that thine is and go thy way. I will give unto this last even as unto thee. So he says, hey, the same thing I'm giving to you, I'm giving to the people that came in the 11th hour. You agreed to this. How did I deceive you? Did I rob you in any way? We spoke about your wages. You agreed to your wages and everything was fine. Why do you have an issue? See, this is the nature of people. People have this, superiority complex, and this is exactly what took place right here. All right, verse 14. Take that thine is and go thy way. I will give unto this last, even as unto thee. So I'm gonna pay the last person just like I paid you. Verse 15. Is it not lawful for me to do what I will with mine own? Is not I evil because I am good? So you have a problem with me because I'm fair, because I'm, doing something that I'm keeping my word as I spoke as a man. Yeah, remember, this guy came, he said, I can do what I want with my own money. Why is he trying to tell him that? Because he's letting them know, hey, if I decide to tell the people that came at the 11th hour, I'm going to pay you a penny, who are you to tell me I got to pay them half a penny? You know what I'm saying? I decided this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to pay them. And this is what took place. Verse 16. So the last shall be first and the first last, for many be called, but few chosen. So yes, a lot of people, the Lord wants to come in. Remember, he said, I will that all would repent and be saved. But you know what happens? A lot of people are going to choose not to be saved. A lot of people have an issue with who the good man of the house is. Who is that? The Lord. They have an issue or problem with the character of Christ. How do you have a problem with the character of Christ when the Christ and his Father God are what you would call the standard for good? You have an issue with that because now you have the spirit of Satan on you, because Satan wants to do his own will. And if you want to do your own will, if you want the Lord to bend to your will, then you have to ask yourself, why would the created expect the creator to follow them? Verse 18, behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him to death, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify him. And the third day he shall rise again. So now the Messiah speaking of his death. Verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee's children with her sons, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? So he asked her, hey, so what would you like? What do you want? By the way, hey, Dark Excellence, grace and peace be with you. Shalom, shalom, peace be with you. Hopefully all is good. All right. He says, what wilt thou? She said unto him, grant that these my two sons may sit, the one on thy right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. But Jesus answered and said, ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink of, and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? They say unto him, we are able. So after the mother is speaking for the son, saying, hey, I want you to put my sons, one right next to you on each side of the throne, which was kind of very, very, very arrogant and very, very presumptuous to come up and just ask something like that. But, she done it. She came to ask, hey, can my son sit right next to you? Skip all the other people. Who cares about anybody else that's ever existed on the planet or the people that's walking with Christ now? Nah, just put my sons right next to you because my sons are special. Kind of crazy to ask. You really think about it. It's wild. But she asked that, and he said, hey, you don't know what you're asking for, because are they able to go through what I'm about to go through or what I've been through? Because remember, everyone that says they're a follower of Christ must remember they actually have to follow Christ. See, and I'm gonna repeat that. Many people say they want to follow Christ, but they don't want to go through what Christ went through to be himself. Remember, Christ suffered and was tortured and bled for his nation. How many people actually want to bleed and die and suffer for their own people? Most people won't even do it for their own children. And they won't do it for their friends, but you're talking about doing it for a whole race of people that most of the times you have an issue with or you don't care nothing about. See, This is what you gotta ask yourself. Do I really want to be like Christ? Do I want to follow his footsteps? Do I want to suffer like Christ suffered? Do I want to be hated like Christ is hated? Many people say they want it, but they don't really know what they want. Most people want to be loved and adored and worshiped, and people throwing rose petals at their feet. That's not the life Jesus lived. I hope people understand that. He rode in on a donkey. He didn't ride in on a noble steed. He was riding in on donkey. You know what I'm saying? Shrek was walking next to him. He did not have this. He didn't have all this great grandiose interest when he went places. He didn't have this majestic appearance while he was walking around on earth. He wasn't in a glorified body. He came from Nazareth. You know what I'm saying? Nazareth was the hood. He came from nothing. And that's what people saying, hey, I want to be like Christ. Even though Christ was not loved, he was despised of the elders and the chief priests and mocked and plotted on. This is what you saying. This is the cup you must drink. You are asking the world to despise you when you say you want to follow Jesus Christ. That's what you're asking for. How many people actually really understand it? If you really truly understand what you're asking for when you want to follow Christ, put a 7 in the chat. If you're not sure what you're asking for, be honest and put a 2 in the chat. Let's continue on. Matthew chapter 20, verse 23. And he said unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup and be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with. But he says, hey, all right, okay, you know what? Y'all gonna go through what I went through. Y'all gonna go through what I'm going through later, what I went through, and it's what you're gonna have. That's what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna go through that. Let's read on. So he says, ye shall indeed drink of my cup and shall be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left, it is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. So he says, hey, it's the ones that the Most High God, whoever he decides is going to be in those seats, whoever he's determined is going to be in those places, that's for him. I'm not the judge of that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't ask me to do something that I don't have authority over. It's above my pay grade. That's what Jesus told her. Verse 24. And when the 10 heard it, they were moved with indignation against the 2 brethren. But Jesus called unto him and said, ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them. But it shall not be so among you. But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your servant. So whoever decides they want to be the top guy, the top dog, I remember, you're going to serve and you're going to do for the people. You working for the people. If much is given to you, much is required. And what's required is for you to divide your wisdom among the people. Give it to the people. Make sure people have something to gain understanding from. And if you don't have knowledge and understanding the wisdom to give to them and to take away from yourself to do for others, then remember, you're not the great one. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, those that are great shall be servants. Verse 27. And whosoever will be chief among you, let him be your servant. Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto, but to minister and to give his life a ransom for many. His life was a ransom or a payment. He gave his life. His living life is like while he was going around for the 33 years he was here, he was dedicated and invested in his people. And he also dedicated his death to his people. He suffered and gave up his life, literally, so his people could live, so they could have forgiveness, so they got the opportunity to receive and that spiritual blood that was laying down for him, the Lamb. All right, verse 19, and shall deliver him to the verse 29. Matthew 20:29. And as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. And behold, 2 blind men sitting by the way, when they had heard that Jesus passed by, cried out, saying, have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. Hey, you see that son of David again. He is from the flesh and blood. He comes from the seed of the great King David. Verse 31. And the multitude rebuked them because they should hold their peace. But they cried the more, saying, have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. And Jesus stood still and called them and said, what will ye that I shall do unto you? So he asked them, hey, what do you want me to do for y'all? They said unto him, Lord, that our eyes may be opened. So Jesus had compassion on them and touched their eyes, and immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. Hey, I want y'all to take the heavy part of this. Not only did he do something for them, and I want everybody to remember this piece of this. Not only did Jesus do something, he served them, he helped them, he performed a miracle for them, he took care of them. He provided with them with something that they've been looking for a long time. Eyesight, the ability to see, to be able to know what things look like, to be able to, navigate through the world, through the earth, through the planet on their own, from city to city, street to street, state to state. Ain't no states, but anyways, they want to be able to get around. He gave them their sight. They didn't get their sight and be like, all right, thank you, and run off. You know what I'm saying? They took their sight and appreciated their gift and said, you know what? I'm indebted to you. It says after they received sight, they immediately followed him. I want y'all to remember that part. After he done something great for them, he took care of them. They realized, hey, man, we wouldn't have this without him. So, yeah, what you want? What you want, Christ? We with you now. Shoot, we together. You can't do nothing. You stuck with us. Oh, you worked a miracle for me, Lord. How you can't get rid of me now. You shouldn't have helped me. Since you helped me, now I'm indebted to you. Now I got your back forever. Hey, that's a beautiful thing. I love that. And that's just something I want us to be able to take out of that. When somebody does a miracle for you, somebody looks out for you, somebody shows you love and has compassion and patience with you, that you actually be willing to give your life for them, give them that sacrifice, because it's our reasonable service, as it says in Romans chapter 12. So this was Matthew chapter 12, the Gospels. I pray everybody they enjoys the rest of their day. Hey, y'all have a good one. And I see Sister Kim C just joining at the end of the lesson. But hey, you here though. Hey, grace and peace be with you. Glad to see you in the building. So anyways, let's enjoy the rest of our day. I love y'all, Israel. Grace and peace be unto the 12. This was Matthew chapter 20. Shalom.